Hello, hello, hello. Hello, guys. Hello, BFFs, BeFree family. How are you guys? So let me, we got to make sure we're all tech savvy here and got everything going on. So if you're watching in the group in the BeFree Inner Circle, or if you're watching on YouTube, let me know by saying hello and let me know that you can hear and see me okay. I am going to be popping in on both, right? So I'm going to be monitoring both so that I can see what's happening. So I'm going to give you guys time to jump in. Let's see here. Let me refresh my screen. Let's see what's happening on this end. Make sure I can see it. Okay, cool. So I can see it's happening. All right, so let me know if you're watching live. I'm gonna give us time, like I said, to jump in. I'm excited, very, very excited to talk about this tonight, all about like vision boards and creating a vision for your life. So again, if you can hear and see me okay, go ahead. If you're watching on YouTube, say yes, I can hear you, I can see you. If you're watching in the BeFree Inner Circle, go ahead and drop a message there so I know that you're watching. And actually, let me move some things around. All right, that works. Perfect. And let me close this page actually. So I don't want to have too many things up at once because I want this to work perfectly. And I know we are all getting ready for Thanksgiving. So I don't plan to hold you long, but this is definitely a workshop that you wanted to into. At the end, I'm going to answer the questions that were posted in the group. And then I'm also going to show you my vision board. Yay. So I created my vision board about a month or more ago. And even yesterday, I added a few more things on it because I'm like, oh, that is missing. And then after that, I'm like, oh, something else is missing. I got one more, maybe one or two more things to add, but I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in detail about why I'm continuing to add and how I just really want to give you the basic steps of getting started. I know there were a number of ladies in the group who ever created a vision board, or you may feel like you've been doing it wrong and you need some guidance. So this is definitely the workshop for you. Let's see. All right. So I'm trying to see again. So let me state this. If you want to be able to chat, you have to be watching from your computer. This is what I'm learning as I continue to do these workshops. And y'all know I keep switching platforms on what to use. But if you want to be able to engage and chat via you, like if you're on YouTube, then you would have to be watching from your computer, like so your desktop or your laptop or something like that. If you are watching in the BeFree Inner Circle and you want to chat, I just posted a few minutes ago where you can ask your questions and you can ask or leave comments and all that jazz and engage right there in the BeFree Inner Circle. So whichever is your choice, go by, do whatever works best for you. If you're watching in the BeFree Inner Circle, then more than likely you may have to have two things up so you can click back and forth. Because I know once you click play, and you should have done that in order to see this, you would have to click play or refresh your screen. So you know what? Now that I'm saying that out loud, let me go ahead and post that in the group so you ladies know. We are now live. Are now live. Refresh your screen. Refresh your screen. And let me know if you're watching me. If you just hopped on, let me know you're watching. Refresh your screen. And if you wanna, yeah, I'm just gonna say refresher screen. And then we're gonna get started because I got more things to do. Post anyway, notify. Yes, so I have a couple of things I have to do after this. So again, if you're watching, let me see, I can't really tell on my end if anyone is watching live. So I'm just going to make the assumption that you are. I know we've been adding a lot of new members to the community. Hello, hello. I am Siobhan, founder and creator of BeFree Project, where, of course, I teach women just like yourself how to get unstuck, how to get clear about what you want so that you can cultivate the life that you desire. Everything that I do is really all about self care, like all about putting you first, making you a priority without feeling guilty. And so today, especially as we go into, actually as we close out this year, I wanted to um, I wanted to do a workshop or what have you on vision boards because I know how powerful they are. I know how life changing they are. And I want you to begin to think about what you want right now versus waiting until January and then you're trying to get it all together, right? So I've hosted vision board parties. I think even last year I did it in December. I've done them in January. I've even done them mid-year because I understand how our minds work, right? And so sometimes you got to pull that board back out and kind of look at it and revise it and make changes if you need to or what have you. And so, but this time I wanted to talk about it a little bit early, especially because I'm not having any end of the year workshop. In person. So I wanted to kind of like, all right, let me teach you ladies first, my core group, my tribe, my BFFs. I wanted to teach you what I've learned about vision boards, how they have been beneficial in my life, and even some things that I've been putting into practice. And again, as I mentioned, what I'm going to do at the end of the workshop or towards the end or what have you, I am going to show you my vision board. So that way you can have an idea and have a visual. I think, I did I post a picture? I can't recall if I posted a picture in the group. Let me actually say hello to. I can't recall if I posted in the group, but I have made some changes to it. So even if I did, there's some updates that I've made. So if you're watching live, let me know by saying hello. Typing in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, you can even do so in the BeFree Inner Circle. But just let me know you can hear and see me okay. And we're going to get started. I'm also going to answer the questions that were left in the group. Let me remove that. I'm trying to minimize any distraction that I may have. And then how is your day going, right? So today has I don't know, this whole week, what's today? Oh, today's Tuesday. I was about to say this whole week went by fast, but I know it's going to, especially preparing for the holiday and all that. All right, so I'm going to assume that, let's see here. Who said that? Okay, so Wilma says, hi, I can hear and see you fine. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Wilma. So we're going to get started now that I know you ladies are tuned in. So make sure, again, if you have any questions that come up while I am sharing, because I'm about to bring my presentation up, go ahead and type them, whether you can type them in the BeFree Inner Circle, we'll work through it, or you can, if you're watching live on YouTube. And how do you do that? So let me say this. When you click play in the BeFree Inner Circle, you're going to see YouTube at the bottom because I'm doing a YouTube live, right? That's private to this group. If you click the YouTube thing, like logo at the bottom of the video, it'll bring you over to YouTube. And then that way you can see us live and then you can chat. So just in case you needed to know that, there you have it. And then again, go ahead and post in the group. So I'm going to bring up my presentation. Again, if you have any questions, post them on YouTube, post them in the BeFree Inner Circle. We will work through it. And then I'm also going to answer the questions that have come up. All right, so let me share my screen. present to everyone. All right, so I am going to, it looks good on my end, and actually I'm going to look at it. But let me know, can you guys hear and see me okay? I mean, it's not me. Can you see my presentation is the question. All right, perfect. Let me know, and I'm going to try on my end. Let me turn the volume down because I want to make sure. Okay, yep, it is visible. Oh, you know what is the thingy? So I see now. So this is so interesting. So when I put it up on my phone, I noticed that you guys are here and you're like, yeah, yeah, I'm here. So hey, Jeanette. Hi, Wilma. Hi, Denise. Great evening, Denise. Yep, perfect. Yay. So let me just do this. Let me unplug this. Because apparently I can't see it on my end. I don't know. So I'm going to look at my phone and we can kind of go from there. So make sure you ladies are engaging with one another, ask your questions and all that jazz, and let's get started. So we are talking about vision boards 101. So this is really the basics of the basics. If you have never created a vision board before, this is for you. Or if you want to know some new tips on how to really make things happen in your life, then you definitely want to pay attention. And Denise, because you were in New Orleans with me, you're going to know some of the things that I'm going to share. All right. So let me go to the next screen. So obviously you guys know me, so we don't even have to go into all of that. Y'all know who I am. I would hope so. So here's the quote that I want to share with you, and it's by Paulo Coelho, who actually is the author of the book that we're currently reading in the book club called The Alchemist. So hopefully you ladies are enjoying it. You've already started reading it. But this quote he shared, and I don't know, I'm not sure if it came from the book or not, but one day you will wake up and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted to do. Do it now, right? And so I love this quote. I've written it down in my journal. I've written it on postcards. I've shared it on social. Like, this quote really resonates with me because it speaks so much volume. It speaks a lot of volume. Sometimes many of us, right? You procrastinate and you say, oh, I have tomorrow or what have you. But what are you really waiting on? Like, why? Right? More than likely it's because there's a lack of vision, there's a lack of purpose, there's a lack of clarity in why you're not pushing forward and reaching those dreams. And it's like every day that you wake up, like you should be going after it. And so whatever that thing is, like you should be doing it now and not waiting until someday. And I wrote a whole blog post on this, how we love to say, oh, someday I'll get to this, or someday I'm going to do this once the kids get out of school, or once I start making more money, or I mean, you can literally fill in the blank, right? So we make so many excuses as of why we're not pursuing the things that we're really passionate about. And what's really happening is you're holding your own self back and you're causing yourself to be stuck. And whether you make a choice or not, you're still making a choice, right? So whether you do something or not, you're still making a choice. So I really love this quote. I recommend that you write it down and read it often and let it be inspiration and motivation for you as you start working towards the vision that you want to create for your life. All right, so the next slide, and I see that there is a delay here. It looks like it. Yeah. All right. So the next slide is vision. So what is a vision? It's simply what you want your ideal life to look like. So what do you want, right? What do you want with, like, in the very, like, and I posted this on Facebook and I've shared it before. Like, if you can think of like your biggest, wildest dreams for your life, and you think about every area of your life, what is that for you? What does that look like? What does that feel like? And so that is what your vision is, like ideally what you want to experience in your lifetime. And so for me, I'm going to share it over and over again until it happens. But I have lots of things that I want to see happen, and not just in my business, but in my personal life, spiritually, where I'm going, physically. Like, there's just a lot of things that I want to see happen in my life. And I have a really, really, really big vision. And I was asked yesterday, I was on a call with someone because I'm now taking on one-on-one clients. And the question was asked, like, how did you get so clear about what you want? Like, how are you able to boldly speak this vision over your life? And I said, it's taken a lot of time. But now that I am very clear in the purpose that I'm walking in, and I've done a lot of the work that I talk about in the BeFree Inner Circle. And whenever I get an opportunity to speak and when I'm coaching clients, like I'm always saying, like, I've done the work, and not just done the work, I'm doing the work. And so the reason that I can speak so boldly about the vision that I have for my life, because I'm very, very, very clear about what I want. There was a time when I was stuck and I had no idea what I wanted. And so then I was very frustrated, ticked off at times, making excuses and all the things or whatever, because I didn't know what I wanted. And so when I took time to really look within and be okay with making big dreams and big goals for myself, I can be very bold when I talk about certain things. Like, I know, even though a lot of things that I want, many, many, many things have happened that has literally blew my mind at this point, but I'm just getting started. Like, I am really just getting started with this. And even with me almost being in business for 5 years, I am just getting started. And y'all not even ready for me yet. But that's because, again, I've taken time to get clear on the vision that I have for my life and what I want. And now that I know that, I can be very bold in what I put out into the universe, because I know what I want and what I'm trying to get. So again, I want this presentation. I'm not trying to be here all night. And I know y'all have turkey and Thanksgiving to get ready for. So step one, when it comes to creating a vision board, is you have to get very clear about what do you want for your life. And I talk about this all the time, whether we're working together one-on-one, I'm talking about it in the BeFree Inner Circle. You have to take time to figure out what you want. Okay. And you have to ask yourself very, very specific questions that are outlined in the Free Your Mind journal. So if you don't have that, you definitely need it. But some of the things that you want to think about before you even start creating a vision board, before you do any of that, you have to sit still and, I would say, carve out 30 minutes to an hour, maybe a couple of days, maybe a weekend, but really taking time to figure out, what do you want for your life? It can be big, it can be small, what have you. What do you want? And so some questions to ask yourself, and again, some of these can be found in the Free Your Mind journal. What do I want my life to look like a year from today? Right? What do I want my life to look like a year from today? When I wake up and I think about my dream life, what am I doing? What am I experiencing? Who is a part of this vision? Right? And nothing, again, is too big. Nothing is too grand. Stretch yourself. Get out of your comfort zone, and don't feel like, oh, that's not for me, or, oh, I can never achieve that. Don't let those thoughts like consume you. No, think big, right? And some of us may have to go back to when we were a child. Like, what were those dreams that you had when you were a little girl? And then what happened to those dreams? How did you lose that? Because oftentimes when you start working, you start having a family and all this jazz, you lose the dreams that you once had. And so you suppress them so far down that you no longer know what you want. And then when you're so busy working and taking care of your family and doing all the things, you've forgotten about yourself. And then many of you are giving so much of yourself to other people, and you're people pleasing and, just always making others a priority before yourself. Then you lost yourself and you don't know what you want. So my challenge to you is, step one, before you even create a vision board, figure out, what do you want for your life? Okay. Because if you're just, and I see this happen all the time, you're getting together with your girls and you're creating a vision board, but you just cutting out pictures because they cute. You ain't got time for cute stuff no more. You wasted enough time, like, just coming up with stuff, and it's not really what you want, because you haven't taken time. So yeah, you can get together and you can make these vision boards, and 9 times out of 10, those vision boards go behind your desk. You hide them, you toss them, or nothing comes to life from it because you weren't intentional about what you really wanted. So again, a few questions here. What do you want your life to look like a year from today? What goals do you want to accomplish? So what are your big goals? What are your small goals? What do you want to get done? And why do you want it? I've talked about your why many times before, because when you're very clear about what you want and why you want it, you're more motivated to get things done. Another thing, when you're trying to figure out, well, what do you want? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? What do you enjoy doing just because you love it? And then at the end of the day, what do you want for your life? And what do you want to experience in your lifetime? Okay. What legacy, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but what legacy do you want to leave behind? So that's step one. All right. And I'm just going to check let me know, do you have any questions on step one when it comes to figuring out what you want for your life? And I'm going to pop on over here to see what is happening. Hi, Erica. Okay, so I see Erica, Jeanette, Wilma, Denise. Let's see. If anyone else popped in, go ahead and say hello and let me know you're watching. But okay, so my first question is, do you have any questions about step one? So before we get to the vision boards, being very crystal clear on what do you want for your life, does that make sense for you? That's number one. And I'm gonna wait for y'all to answer. I'm drinking my water over here. So let me know. And then the second part of that is, do you feel like you know what you want? Hi, Stephanie. Hello, hello. All right, awesome. Do you feel like you know what you want for your life? And are you brave enough to say it out loud, right? Because sometimes what I'm noticing, all right, good. Thank you, Jeanette. A lot of times people don't even want to say that big vision out loud because it's scary. And then so you automatically start thinking like, what if it doesn't happen for me? Right? So you automatically start, hey, Valerie, you automatically start second guessing it because, ooh, that's too big for me. That's an issue for me if you feel like that. All right, let's go to number two, since that makes sense. So now after you've clarified what you want for your life and you've taken time to really sit with it, number two, now you can grab your materials, right? And so that is, glue sticks, markers if you need them, getting magazines, what else? Poster board. And actually this year I use a cork board, and I'm going to show y'all again at the end what my vision board looks like. But poster board, magazines, scissors, glue sticks, tape, markers, stickers, whatever it is that lights you up, right? And so what I learned from being, I went to, like I've been talking about many times, is that I went to a retreat this past fall. And one thing that blew my mind that I never thought to do was that, because I always was taught, oh yeah, you find what you want to experience in your life and you cut it out of the magazine. But what the lady told us is that you got to get very, very, very specific with what you put on your board. And again, it has to be intentional. And so if you cannot find what you want in a magazine, then Google it and print it out. Google has been my best friend, y'all, because I'm like, ooh, I specifically want this, and I need to Google this and print it out. And that is what I've been doing. Yes, I found some things in magazines, but Googling specifically what you want is really good. I also recommend putting pictures of yourself on your board, maybe even your family, especially times when you felt happy or you did something that really made you proud, like capturing those moments and putting you on your board. But getting all your materials together and then taking time to cut out the pictures from the magazines, or again, specifically printing out what you want, right? And another thing is that, and this was new to me, that I never thought of it this way, but your vision board is a living, breathing board or document, right? And so you can constantly be adding on to it. So the facilitator at this retreat, she said her vision board takes up her whole wall. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot. But I'm like, I need to see a picture. And she actually ended up sending us a picture of it. I'm like, that makes sense, because when you start dreaming and thinking about what you want, and you're like, oh, I need this on there and this. And in order for you to start to see these things come to life, right? Especially when you're being really specific, you need a visual representation of that. So let me tell you my mistake. So, because we're going to be all the way transparent here. For the last couple of years, my vision board has consisted of words, because I am a words person. So y'all know I love quotes, I love affirmations. So whenever I started doing a vision board, I would cut out a lot of words. Well, what I learned is that those words are, you need a visual representation of what you want to experience, right? So visually, because we are visual people, you need to see what you want to experience. And another thing is, I had a whole bunch of words, maybe very few pictures, and then a picture of my grandmother. And I'm like, well, what am I really trying to manifest here, right? So like I was saying earlier, I've been able to do so many things, like speak at conferences and, host these sold out events and launch this BeFree inner circle. And I mean, I've done so much in my time, like just over the last several years. But now I'm like, I got to get very, very, very specific. And I'm going to tell y'all again, when I show y'all my board, what's already like working. Yeah, so Valerie says, I have some things up on my wall. A lot of mine are words too. So I want to challenge you to have more pictures, visual pictures of what you want than words. So I do have a few words, but now it's full of pictures. So does anyone have any questions about the materials? Right? So poster board, cork board, anything like that. What else? Glue stick, markers, scissors, tape, all that jazz. And you can do this alone, or you can throw a vision board party at your house. Maybe you attend one, but whenever you get ready to create this, I want you to have, I want you to be intentional, right? And then you'll have this video, the replay will be in the group, so you can go back and look at this, and you can share it with your friends, like if you want to play it for them. To help other people as well. So let me know. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory when it comes to the materials, but let me know if you have any questions. If you cannot find the magazines that you need, or you don't want to buy a whole bunch of magazines, I put out a post on Facebook and I said, hey, who got magazines? All these people started sharing. So then I was like, oh man, now I got to go to all these different places to get all these magazines, but it ended up working out. So I still have a ton. So if you don't have what you need, maybe you can do a post on social media asking for magazines that people may want to throw away, or just buy a few that you really want to use. Let's see. Valerie says, what about a vision book? I had one years ago, but I'm thinking if that's too much. That's a great question, Valerie. A couple of years ago when I did a vision board party, we actually made vision books. And the reason that we made vision books is because I wanted people or the attendees to keep their vision with them everywhere that they went. And the reason why I did that too is because what I learned is that from previous workshops that I had taught, women were not making their vision boards visible because they didn't feel that they were pretty. And so what happened was they would make them and then not do anything with them. And I'm like, okay, well, we got to solve that problem. So we created vision books, and I had the ladies write down their goals. I had them write down affirmations, and it was like a little journal with blank white pages that they were able to put their pictures and words and all that jazz in, and they were able to keep it with them everywhere they went. And I got a lot of positive feedback from that the women really liked that, because again, they were able to keep their vision with them. So one of the things that I've done is in the past, I've taken a picture of my vision board and saved it to my phone. So that way it's the screensaver. So that way I can always see it. I would suggest doing a vision book and a vision board. So that way you constantly have your vision with you. So I think that that's a great idea. I don't think anything is too much when it comes to really trying to manifest what you want for your life. I mean, I don't think you can overdo it at all. But that's a great question. Did anyone else have any questions before I move on to step 3? There's some questions coming in the BeFree Inner Circle, so let me check. So Wilma, let's see here. Yes. Oh, okay. So Wilma says she likes to jazz hers up with stuff like butterflies, glitter, fun stuff to make it pop. So yes, that's great. Whatever it is that's going to resonate with you, and get as creative as you want, right? Wilma says she collects old magazines, lots of inspiration there. Yeah, I have a lot of Oprah magazines for sure. Some other magazines that I have is Real Simple, Essence, things like that. But you know, whatever works for you, that's what you can choose from. Okay. Let's see. So let's see. Yeah, Jeanette, definitely try the vision book. I think that that's a great idea as well. But I do want you to create a big board. So I want you, again, to have your vision with you everywhere you go. And you can duplicate what you put on your poster board and into your vision book, or you can just make it something more. I mean, because I'm sure that you have tons of ideas and things that you want to manifest in your life. All right, so step 3, now that you've written down what you wanted, you've gotten really crystal clear about that, you've used a Free Your Mind journal to gain more clarity, or you worked with me one-on-one and we worked through this process. Then you collected all your materials and you started creating your board. Next, you want to write down the actionable steps that you need to take in order to make your vision board happen, or in order to make these goals like become real. So for example, y'all know, and I'm going to talk about it shortly, but I talk about Essence Fest all the time because that's like the goal that's going to happen. And I talk about it, it's everywhere, right? And so when I think about, well, what are some of the actionable steps that I need to take in order to make that happen? Number 1, I need to tell everybody and their mama about what I want, because I don't know who knows who knows who. And I learned a couple of weeks ago, somebody that I was having lunch with, she was like, well, very well known in our city, doing a lot of great work. And she was like, well, what do you want? Like, what's the big thing you're working towards? And I said, you know what? I want to speak at Essence Fest. And she was like, oh, well, I know the producer of Essence Festival. And I'm like, really? And she said, yes, I do. And I said, okay, so now she knows, right? So my name is going to be on her radar. And I'm not waiting for anybody to give me permission. So I've already been speaking at many events. I'm working with a coach as it relates to public speaking. I've been hosting sold out events, connecting with women, doing my thing. So when my moment comes, y'all already know I'm going to be ready. So I am doing the work to make that happen. And I'm not waiting for somebody to say, oh, well, what have you been doing? Or why should we hire you to speak? I've already been speaking about self-care. I've already been, speaking about vision and everything that I want to see happen in my life. I'm ready for Essence. I'm ready right now. If they call me today, best believe I'm going to find the cutest outfit and y'all going to see me. And I've already had many people that have said, like, let us know when you're going to be there, because we're going to be there in the front row. And so, yeah, so I'm working towards that because I'm doing the work, right? So you have to write down the actionable steps that you need to take in order to make your dreams become your reality. And it's not something where you're going to sit down one whole day and do all of this. No, you're going to constantly be working on this, right? And so just keep that in mind so you don't feel the pressure that you have to do everything at once, because you may not have clarity right now of how all of this is supposed to happen. You just know that you want it. All right. And so So writing down your actionable steps on how you want to make it happen, and then start doing the work, start showing up. This is so, and I don't know if this is coming up or not, and if you have any questions about this, please start asking them and pointing, in the comment section or what have you. But you have to do the work. And many times the reason why you are not seeing your goals happen or your dreams and all that, because you don't have anybody holding you accountable. I've been talking to so many of y'all, and maybe a few people in the group, but more so people through my newsletter list, in regards to like having these discovery calls and working one-on-one with clients, is because there's no accountability. There's no one like saying like, oh, you said you want to speak at Essence Fest. What are you doing? Right? So then if nobody knows about your stuff, then I've said this many times again, you're going to end up quitting, and you're going to think your vision board is not working because you're not doing the work. right? You have to write down your steps and what you need to get done. You got to start doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Like, and I'm not calling anyone out, but I'm calling you out. So even this morning when I posted in the group about the challenge, right? The healthy challenge, the health and fitness challenge we got going on, that's going to continue to keep going, y'all. And Wilma said, I'm going to see how I feel. I put my clothes in my trunk. And I responded back like, no, we're not about to see how you feel. No, you're going to do it because you said you're going to commit to this, right? And so you're going to make an effort, because if we always go by how we feel, a lot of times we don't feel like doing anything. And so that is the purpose of this BeFree Inner Circle, or if you work with me one-on-one, I am going to push you out of your comfort zone, and I'm not going to allow you to keep doing the same things that you've always done, because that stuff is not working. And so you're going to have to get very, very uncomfortable if you want to start to see your vision come to life. And it's not, oh, I'm going to try to see, or, oh, if I feel like it. No, you're going to get it done. You're going to get it done because you want it. You want to experience it. And if you don't, then stop putting it out there that you want it, and don't be jealous or envious when you see other people making it happen. So not to put it out there, and I see a lot of you guys posting in the group like, I'm going to try to do this. Why are you going to try to do it? You either want it or you don't, right? And this is me just being, because this is tough love. Take it as tough love, all right? So do y'all have any questions about writing down the action steps that you want to see happen? Jamie says, this is good, making actionable steps. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you got to write those steps down. They need to be aligned with your goals that you want, and everything has to work and flow together. So let me know if that makes sense. When I start talking, I get excited because I just want to see y'all win. And I do not want you ladies saying the same thing in the group a year from today, 6 months from today. Oh, I'm hoping to do this. Oh, I want to try to do this. No, absolutely not. Nope, that ain't gonna work. So we're gonna move on to the next. If you have questions or what have you about that, let me know. Let me see anything in the BeFree Inner Circle. Wilma says, you got that right. I will work out. Yes, you better get it. So Wilma says, you got that right. I will work out 30 minutes before I hit the pillows tonight. You are so welcome. And that's what it's about, right? Because if you're going to wait till you feel like it, you ain't going to, well, who feels like working out? Unless you're one of these gurus or you just enjoy it. But 9 times out of 10, it's not probably something that you enjoy doing. So you're going to have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. This morning, I got up at 5:30. I got up at 5. I received a text that the gym that I signed up for is now open. So I was like, oh, okay, since they're texting me and letting me know that, their grand opening is today, let me get out this bed and go work out. And I got up at 5:30 this morning and I went and worked out. Did I want to do it? No, it was cold. It was snowing. But I said, you know what? This is the time that I got to go. This is how I'm going to get it in. And if I wait and see if I feel like going, then I ain't going to feel like going, right? Yeah, Jeanette, no more trying, only doing. All right, Jamie says it's making sense. All right, step 4, you have to believe that it's possible. You have to believe with everything in your being that what you want, what you put on your vision board, the goals that you set for yourself, you have to believe that it's possible for you. Many times you may cut out these pictures, you put them on a board, maybe you write down your goals. I talked to somebody yesterday that she didn't even believe what she wanted was possible, so she just dismissed it altogether. If you don't believe it, nobody else is going to believe it, and it's not going to happen. It's really just that simple. If you don't believe that what you want for your life can really happen for you, then it's not going to happen. If you think only people that have some kind of magic, or I don't know what you could be thinking, like that can only happen for them because of X, Y, and Z. But based on my life or the cards that I've been dealt, this is not possible. If you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. And so my dreams are very, very, very big, and I can probably even go bigger. And as I keep challenging myself and again, working with my coach and my biz besties, and they push me out of my comfort zone, my dreams are going to get even bigger. And I want I feel like it's some pretty big stuff, and I'm going to show y'all, but I want to keep dreaming big, right? And I want to stretch my mind, and because what's going to happen when these things start to become my reality. Like I want to blow my own mind, or I want to be able to look back and say, man, you wanted that, but now it's 10 times greater, right? Like things that I couldn't even imagine that was possible for me. Like I want to see that happen. And I believe that it's going to. I really do. Like everything that's on my vision board or the goals that I've set for myself, I believe in my heart. Like you cannot tell me anything different. You cannot tell me, but yeah, you just can't tell me anything different because I'm really convinced that I'm going to have what I want and what I desire. And when I start to like, if there's any question in my mind about something, I know that's when I have to kind of tighten up on doing more meditation, speaking out loud about it to my friends and getting the encouragement that I need, dealing with the thoughts that pop up, and then like making sure that I have something positive to replace those negative thoughts with. But I believe in myself, and I believe that I'm capable of having anything that I want. I don't think Oprah, Beyonce, Ayana, Michelle Obama, none of these people that we admire, and you, whoever your person is, you can fill in a blank. They ain't got nothing no different than you. They're just taking a chance on themselves, and they're showing up in a big way. And that's how I see it. I don't think anyone has anything different. Now they have some connections, but and you know, a lot of this you had to show up. And that's how I see it. So let me know, do you, before we actually, let me go back. Before we go on to step 5, do you believe that your dreams are possible? Just tell me yes or no, or you're not sure, or you lack confidence, or whatever. Like tell me in the comments or in the Be Free Inner Circle, wherever you're at. Do you believe your biggest, wildest dream is possible for you? Let me know. Let me switch. And if anyone else, if y'all didn't do y'all workout challenge today, the commitment is 30 minutes per day to do some type of physical fitness. You get to choose what that is, and then you post it in the group, right? So I have a challenge going on under the health and fitness topic. Make sure you're following that topic, all right? Make sure you're following that topic, and then making sure that every day you're posting in there that you did something, whether that's going for a walk, practicing yoga, cardio, playing tennis, whatever your thing is. 30 minutes, right? Because I'm sure all of us want to be in the best shape of our lives, and we got to start doing something. So yep. So Jeanette says sometimes. Valerie says sometimes I do, other times I don't. All right, I'm standing on you, Valerie. You already know that. We gonna get you where I want you to be, because I you know how I feel. Yes, Jeanette says sometimes. All right. So step 5, make your board visible. This is very, 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 very important. You want to make sure that your board is visible and that you can see it often. You don't want to tuck it behind your desk or put it behind a door or what have you. You want to make it visible where you have no choice but to see it. So right now, well, mine is right next to me, but typically is hanging right above my desk, and I can see it every day. And what I'm also doing is adding, I'm going to add, I do have a vision book, so I'm going to start to add pictures to that too. And then I'm also going to, like I said, take a picture of my vision board and either just have it in the photos in my phone or save it as my screensaver. But I need it to be visible. I need to constantly know what I'm working on, be able to look at it and see like, oh, yes, this is what I want. This is what I want to experience. As I said earlier, you can keep adding to it as your dreams become bigger and bigger. But make sure that it's somewhere that you have to walk past and see it. Let me know if that makes sense. I'm sure it does. It's pretty self-explanatory. All right. And then step 6 is that as you're starting to see things happen, like your board is like you're accomplishing things that are happening on your vision board, check it off, right? So I know the lady that I heard speak about vision boards recently, she said to put a date on it. I believe like once it happens for you. I would say even you can buy some gold stars or some stickers. And so every time something on your board happens, just put a sticker on it so you know that you accomplished it. That's what I would suggest. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some cute little stickers. and I am going to add them to my board as things start to happen. Um, and then sometimes this happens as well, where maybe something that you thought you wanted, you don't necessarily want that anymore, and that's okay. You can switch things up if you feel like. Now, I don't want you to take things off your board because you lack belief, but if there's a lack of desire where you said, I thought I wanted to travel more, but you know what? I'm okay with just not traveling. So maybe you don't have pictures of places you want to go anymore, if that's something that you desire, but not because you believe it can't happen for you. That's a big difference. So make sure you're checking things off as they're happening for you. Next up, I want you to think about this. When you have a vision for your life, y'all, your life has more meaning. You can't see the slides? Uh-oh. Anyone else having problems with seeing the slides? Let me know. Anyone else having problems with seeing the slides? I don't know what could have happened. Let's see. Let me go back. Boom, boom. Oh, what happened? I don't see it either on here. Huh. It did just go black. I don't know why did it do that. Hold on. Let me see. 1 second. Let's see. Cancel. 1 second. Can y'all hear my voice? That's weird. Can y'all hear me? Okay, so audio but no visual. So what was that about? Let's see. All right, 1 second. Let me see if I can fix it. Okay, so y'all can hear me, but y'all cannot see my screen. That is the weirdest thing. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what happened. You know what? It seems like things would not let me be great. So let me see if I set up another one. Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. All right, give me 1 moment. I'm gonna probably try to go live and see if it will work. I don't know what happened, like, seriously. Turn camera on. All right, so I'm gonna create another link because I'm not sure why it went black. But I really want you to see my vision board so I can give you an example, and I wanna answer these questions. So give me 1 sec, I'm gonna create another link for you guys so that you can see. So 1 moment.